Conservative New Media viewers and Jeremy Lin fans around the world, what is up? It's me, PFV, Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. We're here to talk about Houston's 105-83 victory tonight over the visiting Golden State Warriors in Houston, Texas, in game number 21 of the 2013 season. With the victory, Houston snaps a two-game losing streak, and the record improves to 14-7. I want to talk a lot in this video about trade possibilities because it came out today that Houston does look like they're going to move Omer Asik. And the way that they're setting it up, or the way that the talk is around the trade, I am starting to think that there's a real chance Jeremy's going to get dealt. Maybe not right now, but maybe later in the season. So I want to spend a lot of time in this video talking about that. I'm going to go through the game stuff as quickly as I can so that we can get to that. That's going to be more of a focus of this video. We will talk about the game, but I definitely want to talk about that. Also, before I get into the game, I want to thank Peter Trong. I hope I'm saying your name right, Peter. The commenter that went to Facebook and to Jeremy Lin's Facebook and left a comment supporting us, Conservative New Media, and saying, will you, Jeremy Lin, speak with Conservative New Media? They've really supported you guys, and maybe it'd be great if you can do an interview with them. And look, a number of people have come to us and said, it'd be great if you guys could talk with Jeremy and do an interview with him. We're open to that, for sure. Just a couple things. Number one, Jeremy's a very busy guy. Jeremy and his team are busy, and we understand that. Now, it's not that Jeremy never does interviews or couldn't do an interview, but he's busy. His team is busy. I have a pretty good feeling that Jeremy and or his team might be aware of these videos. So they might know about us. On the other hand, just to be realistic here, two things. Number one, we're not an official outlet right now. We're not credentialed to cover the NBA. We don't have press passes. We're not in Google News. So what I'm trying to say is there are bigger outlets than us. So even though we're out there and we're trying to tell Jeremy's story, and hopefully we're doing a pretty good job about that, we're not necessarily the first people that Jeremy or his group is going to come to, even if they think that we're doing a great job, just because of these videos get views and people are aware of them. Don't get me wrong. The Jeremy Lin community knows about them. And that's important for Jeremy and his team. I'm sure they want to make sure that their fan base is covered, and Jeremy wants to deal with that fan base. However, from a larger perspective, there are bigger outlets than us. So Jeremy might go and talk to Hoops World or something before he talks to us. And that's okay. I'm totally okay with that, and I understand that. So what I'm saying is we're realistic about that. We've never tried to reach out to Jeremy or his team, not because we don't want to, but just because we're respectful of them. We've never wanted to come off, I know I've never wanted to come off as someone that's dying to get a Jeremy Lin interview, in the sense that, we're doing this just so we can talk to Jeremy. No, we're doing it because we like Jeremy and we support Jeremy. And we're going to make the videos whether or not we ever get a Jeremy Lin interview, because that's why we're doing it. We're doing it for that reason, to support him, not to try to score an interview. And so the summary of this is we'd be happy to do that, and maybe that's something that will happen when the time comes. But we don't expect it right now, and we're not going to be offended if it doesn't happen. And we're not actively seeking it out just because we know that Jeremy and his team are busy. And There are bigger outlets than us. And another thing, too, is for those guys, for Jeremy and his team, they have to present the type of public image that they want. And so, I mean, I'm not saying talking to us doesn't help that. That has nothing to do with it. But it's like you want to talk with people sometimes that maybe you're not sure they're on your side. So in other words, it might be more advantageous for Jeremy Lin to talk to somebody that's a doubter than it might be to talk to me, because you kind of know what I'm going to say, and you kind of know I'm in your corner. Plus, you don't want to just look like you only talk to people that support you. So there's a larger strategy here, is what I'm trying to say. Now, look, again, maybe it happens at some point. I'm open to it, and it would make sense from a certain perspective, but it's okay. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. If it doesn't happen right now, it's all right. We're going to do what we do. And we respect Jeremy. We respect his team. And we'll see where it develops. But I understand how you guys feel. You guys feel like, look, ourselves, we are serious about Jeremy. We know what we're talking about. And we've been fair to Jeremy, so we deserve respect for that, or it would make sense for somebody to do an interview or something with us. And I understand that. I'm just trying to tell you where we're coming from and where Jeremy and his team might be coming from. And so it's a larger thing. And it's okay. It's like I said, it's okay. If it doesn't happen, if it never happens, or if it doesn't happen now, that's all right. We're still doing what we do, and it's having an impact. And we're not doing it for any devious reasons. I'm doing it because I like Jeremy, and so does John, and that's it. And so that's enough, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes from there. We certainly appreciate Peter's support and everybody else's support. There's a lot of people that have supported us and talked about us, and we appreciate that. Okay, let's go through the game really quickly so we can get to the trade stuff. Patrick, 6 points, 1 rebound, 0 assist, 33 minutes. Patrick's efficiency number for the game was 0, 33 minutes. So that's not going to help his PER or anything very much. But he did a pretty good job against Steph Curry. And because the Warriors scored so few points in this game, Patrick's defensive rating will go down, which is a good thing. It should go down pretty significantly after this game because the Warriors only scored 83 points. And a lot of those, they might have scored at a higher rate when Patrick was off the floor. So I expect his D rating to get a nice jump in a good way after this game. Aaron Brooks, 8 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists in 17 minutes. Aaron's efficiency was 7. A 7 efficiency in 17 minutes is pretty good. It's not incredible, but it's solid. It's solid. Aaron's PR might go down slightly after this game, but not much. And Aaron also hit 2 of 5 threes, which is good. He's really shooting a 3 well, and that's good for him and for the team. Dwight Howard, 22 points, 18 rebounds. His efficiency was 31, which is fantastic. James Harden, 34 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. His efficiency was 32. So James and Dwight really led the way in this game, and that's good. Chandler, Bieber, Parsons, 8 points, 4 boards, 5 assists. Only 2 turnovers. Chandler's efficiency was 8. This was Chandler's first game back from the back spasms that kept him out of 2 games straight, I believe it was. Okay, turning to, also I should mention Terrence Jones. Terrence Jones, 16 points and 10 rebounds. Terrence had a very good game, and he got some more minutes tonight, which is good. And he was really good in the first quarter when Houston pretty much put this game away. So really happy to see Terrence bouncing back and getting a few more minutes and everything. So that's great to see. For the Warriors, Steph Curry, 22 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists. 32 minutes, Steph shot 5 of 14 from the field, and he had 8 turnovers. And his efficiency ended up being 14. So, yes, clearly he was better than Patrick in this game. And he scored well. But his efficiency was not good. And his 8 turnovers is, well, we know that's too high. I mean, Steph's had a game this year where he had 12 turnovers. Or like 11. So, he can do that. That can be an issue for him. And tonight, he was the best scorer for the Warriors by far. He was the only person, I think, doing much of anything, but still, it wasn't the greatest night that he's ever had. Klay Thompson, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and he shot just 2 of 10 field goals, and his efficiency was -1. So they really clamped down on Klay, and I'll talk about that in a second, and I think that was a big key to this game. Okay, here's what you need to know about the game quickly. This game was pretty much over after the first quarter because Houston was up by 19 points, and it just never really got under control for Golden State after that quarter. Golden State didn't have anything in this game. As I said, there are games during a season where you just don't have anything. That's what happened for Golden State tonight. What I mean by that is Houston played decent in this game, but they didn't play great. It's just that Golden State had nothing. They just played awful. I was listening to the Golden State feed, and the announcer said basically the same thing. He's like, look, Houston's playing reasonably well, but Golden State's playing terrible. And that's exactly what it was. Just they kept turning the ball over. They had nothing in this game. And they've had the most road games of any team in the NBA this season. They're currently, Houston tonight was their 5th road game in 6 nights, and they look like a team that was like, they're tired of being out on the road. And they need to get home. They just look like they didn't want to play this game. And so that's good for Houston. Houston really, really needed the win, and they got it. So it's good when it works out for you, and it worked out for Houston tonight. And because it worked out, after the Phoenix game, there was a lot of Dwight Howard questioning the effort of the team. Kevin McHale apparently calling out James Harden for turnovers. So everything looks good tonight, because the team won. And again, that's how narratives work. When you win, everything's great. And everything you said worked. And every move you made worked. So that's what happened. And that's good. The team needed a little bit of that. Also, you will hear that the team is okay now because Chandler, LeBron, Bieber, Parsons is back. So now you don't need Jeremy, but Chandler's back, and now everything's okay. So you will hear some of that tonight, and you need to know that, but just ignore it. I also want to give Patrick credit because he was good at free throws tonight. He got 4 free throw attempts, and he only shot 6 times in field goals. That's a very good ratio. Really good, actually. That's like whatever it was, 60.666, which is phenomenal. Again, Jeremy's ratio is about 0.5 or so, 1 to 2. Well, tonight Patrick was 2 to 3, which is great. So we talked about how Aaron and Patrick didn't draw free throws in the last game. Well, Patrick did a really good job of that tonight. Definitely give him credit for that. The team is, and the guards particularly, are doing a good job of not turning the ball over much. Patrick and Aaron. Although Patrick had 3 turnovers tonight. That means, as we said before, when Jeremy returns, he needs to keep his turnovers down so that he can get the playing time that he wants to get. Because that is important to McHale, and the guards have been doing a pretty good job of that. So we want Jeremy to do that anyway. And as I said in the last video, what that means is when you get in the lane, shoot. Don't pass, shoot. You might miss, but your turnovers will go down too because you won't get turnovers on passes. I think that Chandler was guarding Klay Thompson for most of this game. Now, of course, Klay Thompson's the shooting guard for the Warriors, so that would mean that James Harden wasn't guarding him. Now, I didn't focus on that a ton, but that's what I think happened. And again, that comes to, if that's the case, that comes to hiding James Harden on defense. look, let's be honest here. They needed to do that. Klay Thompson has been having an incredible year. So if you want to beat the Warriors, you need to stop him. So if McHale just said from the get-go, we're putting Chandler on Klay, then I think that's a good move, regardless of how it looks for James Harden or whatever. So, good. LeBron Bieber Parsons was in effect in this game. I think he actually led the team in assists. He did 5 assists, 2 turnovers. Look, I give Chandler credit. He's making passes. He's getting assists. Now, again, do I think it's better if the point guard does it? Yes. But if he can get some assists, then let him get them. And that's the LeBron Bieber Parsons mode, and he was able to do that tonight. So, good. Both of these teams are hurt. Golden State has a couple players out with injuries. So does Houston. So neither one of them was at full strength. But it was good that Houston was able to get the win. Okay. I'm going to quickly go through quarter-by-quarter notes just to see what else I have, and then we're going to talk trades. Look, Steph Curry did put points up in this game. So we're still in a thing when this is the 4th game in a row where the opposing point guard is averaged around 20 points per game or so. But, as I said, the efficiency was down. Because coming into this game, the last 3 opposing point guards had an average efficiency of about 21. Well, that went down to 14 tonight. So even though Steph got his points, Patrick still did a reasonable job on him. And good. I mean, I'm glad to see that. I'm just going through my notes very quickly here. The Golden State Warrior announcers, again, I'm not listening to Houston announcers anymore. Not for now. And I'm definitely not going to be listening to them a lot at home. I don't want to hear Clyde Drexler stuff. Whether he's defending Harden or taking shots at Lin, we just don't need to hear that. I don't need to hear it personally. Sometimes I might listen to it just to monitor it, so I can tell you guys what was said. But it's just so annoying to me. I don't want to listen to it. Okay. Yeah, they said that Gold State only had 10 players available for this game, meaning that they have a bunch of injuries, although Houston apparently only had 7 guys available for practice yesterday. So, as I said, both teams were hurting. Now, I did think that Steph Curry and several of the other guys were able to get by Patrick relatively easily on defense. So that's a little bit of an issue, but look, you won. And Steph didn't play incredibly well, so we'll take it. I mean, it's going to be like that some nights. Hopefully the results go your way, and tonight they did. Houston was also blitzing Steph Curry on pick and rolls, meaning they were basically running the double team at him. The man who was setting the pick, his defender, was helping out on Steph Curry. And what that means is they know Steph's good off pick and rolls, and they want to help Patrick out a little bit on pick and roll defense because that's, in my opinion, that's not Patrick's strength. And so, again, do it. The same way, if you want to put Chandler on Klay Thompson, just do it. Don't worry about whatever. Just do it, have it work well, and get the win. And that's what happened tonight. James Harden was back to his thing of passing the ball off to guys with low shot clocks so that he doesn't have to shoot the ball and hurt his shooting percentage and my percentage. But Aaron actually hit a nice 3 in that situation, so that was good to see. I guess Golden State is apparently having an issue with starting slowly in their games, and they did that in this game, and the announcer said that that's been an issue for them continually, and tonight it caught up with them. So, good. McHale, when Dwight came out of the game late in the third, McHale was all smiles with Dwight. So, again, they needed this win, particularly because of what McHale and Dwight said after the Phoenix game. It's like if you're going to talk and kind of call out the team, you need to win to back it up. And they backed it up tonight. They got the win. They got a big win. Dwight played great. And James played well. So give them credit. They did what they needed to do, and it's good to see that. From the team perspective, that's what we want to see. Finally, the final note before I get to trade talk is that Chandler did not seem to want to pass the ball to Patrick a whole bunch. we've seen this before. We've certainly seen Chandler do it with Jeremy. And again, LeBron, Bieber, Parsons mode. He wanted to run the offense a little bit more or have things under his control than apparently letting the point guard have it under their control. So it is what it is right now. Okay, let's talk about this trade stuff. And here's the deal, okay? And I read a report later tonight, or I don't know, right before the game. Omer Asik, it sounds like he's gone. Now, I wasn't sure he was going to be gone because the team was playing well, but now it sounds like he's gone. It sounds Houston, the report is out there from ESPN, and I'm sure others have reported it also, that, yeah, they really want to get rid of him. And they're basically letting everybody know, yeah, we want him gone, and we want him gone in a specific period of time. And that period of time is between December 15th and December 19th. And the reason for that window, from my understanding, December 15th is the first time that guys who got traded in this last offseason, that's the first time they're allowed to be traded again. And then December 19th is if you get guys in, if you bring guys in from trades, you can still trade them by the trading deadline, which is in February of 2014. So in other words, you want access to the guys who just got traded, and you want to be able to move guys out again that you bring in. So Asik seems gone, and the team looks like they want to do more trades. That's why this is so important. Because I'm starting to think more and more there's a good chance that Jeremy's going to get traded. That's what this feels like. It feels like they're setting up a trade that could involve Jeremy later. And I have to tell you, and I have no sources on this, this is a gut feeling that I'm starting to get. I'm starting to think they really might make a run at Rajon Rondo. And the reason why I say that is, look, the team's in a win-now mode. But they also want to set up going forward. So they want as many stars as they can get on this team. Why? Because, one, your team can be better. And two, it helps you to attract other free agents. There's a very, 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 very important free agent after the end of this year. And his name is LeBron James. Now, do I think he's going to go to Houston? Probably not. Do I think there's a chance he could go to Houston? Yes. And if Miami doesn't repeat this year as champion, and there's a real chance that they're not going to, then I think LeBron's going to leave. LeBron wants to win titles. Well, guess what? If you're a team and you want to recruit LeBron, might not be bad to recruit him when you've got Dwight Howard, James Harden, and maybe Rajon Rondo. So I'm starting to get a feeling that Houston's trying to set up super team to maybe lure somebody like LeBron, or maybe even Carmelo Anthony, although I'm not sure they're interested in Carmelo, but you never know. Those are the two huge free agents coming up this offseason. And, well, there was one source, because Rondo's not ready to come back yet from his knee injury. It was reported yesterday that Rondo's still a few weeks away from, he had an anterior cruciate ligament ACL injury to the knee, and he's not ready yet. What does that mean? That means you can't trade him yet if you're Boston, right? Now, I know Boston said they're not trading him. Okay, that's fine. I also read Danny Ainge saying that he's looking at how the point guards are playing for Boston. So I'm not so sure Rondo's not going to get traded. Okay? We'll see. Because Boston's not going anywhere this year. They're not doing anything. They want to build to the future. I know, and this is how these things work. There's a lot of double talk, a lot of smoke screens, a lot of games that are played. So what I'm looking at now is this. what it looks like to me, Asik's gone. And Houston looks like they're going to get whatever they can get for him right now, right? In other words, they're just going to get pieces. They're going to take the best available offer. I don't think that offer is going to be Rajon Rondo. It could be, but I don't think it will be because Rondo's not healthy yet. And if you're Houston, why are you going to trade for a guy you're not sure if he's healthy yet? You don't want to do that. So what this feels like with Asik is they want to get rid of him, and they want to set up another trade later, maybe when Rondo's healthy. The biggest asset on the team in terms of contract and stuff, once Asik's gone, is Jeremy. So this news about Asik does have me thinking, yeah, Jeremy might get traded. I'm not saying he will get traded, but I think more now that, he could get traded. And this setup by Houston might be not just for now, but for later. Set up super team. So we'll see. We'll see. This is still a long ways off, but the pieces might be coming into position now. And the Asik decision is the first step in that, and the first domino to fall. If you want to do that, if you want to get rid of Jeremy, if you want to try to get Rondo, this is the first step. We'll see. We'll see how it works. So I'm much more interested now, much more curious now. And look, if Aaron and Patrick can play okay, if you can get LeBron Bieber to get you a couple assists, well, maybe you don't think you need Jeremy. Right? So we'll see. We'll see. I'm interested now. I'm curious now. I didn't think Jeremy was going to get traded. I really didn't because they need him. But again, if there's a longer-term plan here, if you want a super team, then you'll trade Jeremy. Sure. We'll see. And again, I would like Jeremy to stay in Houston, but if he gets traded, I won't be sad at all because there's too much nonsense with this team, in my opinion. And we talked about that in the last video. The culture of the team, the way Mikhail coaches, the way Daryl Morey operates. Everybody's available all the time, pretty much. I think there are better situations for Jeremy. Now, look, we've talked before about the fan base in Houston and how they are with Jeremy. So I'm okay either way. If he stays, cool. If he goes, cool. And that's it. We'll just have to see how this plays out. But we'll have to see what happens with Omer. That should be happening within the next 2 weeks. And so I'm sure we'll start hearing rumors. And don't be surprised if Jeremy's name is mentioned in the rumors. Maybe he does get dealt with Omer. Do I think that's going to happen? I mean, it could. It could. I don't. I'm leaning towards no right now. It would have to be a big deal for that to happen. It could happen. It could happen. We'll see. Okay, the next game coming up is Sunday, December 8th in the United States. That's 2 days from now. And it will be against the Orlando Magic, and the game will take place at 7 p.m. Eastern Time in the United States, which means it will take place at 8 a.m. on Monday, December 9th in Taipei, Taiwan. Now, there was reports, and we saw pictures of Jeremy was practicing yesterday. He was shooting threes and stuff. Now, he's still not ready to come back. And I think he was asked about it, and he's like, no. I went through this in New York about coming back from knee injury, so I'm not going to talk about it. No timetable. Good. That's good. Don't let the media or anybody else pressure you into coming back too quick. You don't need that. And now that the team won, maybe they'll back off of that if that was part of the intention. So that's another good reason for the team winning. Gives Jeremy a little breathing room on doing his recovery. I don't want Jeremy coming back until he's feeling really good. Because, again, the last thing I want as a Jeremy Lin fan is for him to come back at 75%. He doesn't play well, and then Doubter Nation says, we told you his start to the season was a fluke. We don't need any of that. We don't need that. Let him come back when he can, as quick as he can, but let's get healthy. This was a fluke injury, but you don't want any continuing injury issues. Jeremy's health has been really good since the last knee injury. The fluke chest contusion and this fluke injury. So get healthy. I don't care how long it takes. If it takes you 2 more weeks, 3, do that. He'll be back and he'll be fine. Apparently he was hitting threes pretty good in practice too, so good. Now he can work on his shot a little bit because the mechanics got it's been a little off lately. So hopefully he can. I mean, the main thing is just get healthy, and then But if he has a chance also to work on his shot some night now, great. You can't. When you're coming back from a knee injury, like a ligament thing, usually it's harder to cut, like to make moves, and to do like side to side stuff. So, but you can shoot. Usually just going straight up and down isn't as much of a problem for the type of injury I think that Jeremy had. So good. Maybe he'll just have more time to shoot now. And if that helps him kind of work the kinks out of his shot, great. Okay, that's it. It is currently 11:33 p.m. here on the East Coast of the United States on Friday, December 6th, 2013, which means it's 12:33 p.m. on Saturday, December 7th in Taipei, Taiwan. Thumbs up, thumbs down, your comments below. We will include information in the video description about the game. You can see game story, game highlights, and the box score of tonight's game. Also information so you can come and join the Conservative New Media Facebook group and come and follow us on the CNM JLin Vids Twitter account, which is where we put out the links for these videos as soon as they're finished. Again, a lot of people follow us on Twitter so that they can get the video links first before YouTube sends out subscription emails or whatever it is. And people don't have to guess when the videos are out. They'll know when it's out. Again, I am Paula Filial, PFV, the NBA expert. Thanks for watching Conservative New Media. We strive to be the #1 Jeremy Lin YouTube fan channel. Great win. The team needed this win. I'm happy that they got it. This was a really good night for the team. More interesting stuff with trades now. And I do think Jeremy is back in play now, realistically, as a potential trade chance for the Rockets this upcoming season with what is being said and what looks like what's going to happen with Omer Asik. So we're going to have to stay tuned for that. Okay, hope you're having a great night or great day wherever you are around the world when you watch this video. Take care, and we will talk to you soon.